formation of this group immediately became a significant event not only in Kazakhstan but in the whole Soviet Union in 1969. Different mass media wrote about the new ensemble, which had no equivalents in other republics of the huge power. However, there weren't such ensembles abroad either. It was the only group the members of which were pop singers, dancers and traditional genre artists. It was Gulder State Youth Ensemble, which besides becoming Kazakhstan's trademark, was also a distinctive brand. Moreover, it went down in history of our culture. Bakhtiyar Taylakbayev is not just called Kazakhstan's star. He's been on the professional stage for 30 years and over this time he was awarded the maestro title. Now he shares his experience with many novice singers. He made his debut as a member of Gulder. At the beginning of 2013, the famous singer returned to his group as its head.
Я 12-й директор в истории этого коллектива. И этот коллектив в то время...
I'm the 12th director of this group. At that time, the group was like an explosion, fireworks or bomb. Gulder is not pure folklore and it isn't a variety show with erotic elements either. No, it is a modern presentation of Kazakh splendor. Perhaps it is the main difference of this group from the others. It's natural that dances and music are chosen in accordance with the style.
В подаче казахской колоритности. Наверное, этим отличается коллектив Гульдер. И, естественно, и танцы, и музыка, и хореография, она подбирается под этот стиль. За эти годы, уже к 45-летию коллектив подходит в следующем году, Гульдер не потерял свое лицо, свой почерк, он не поменял.
The group is approaching its 45th anniversary. Gulder hasn't lost its uniqueness and hasn't changed its style either. Of course it's changing because music, costumes, fabrics and choreography are becoming more modern. Nevertheless, the ensemble style doesn't change, which is right, because Gulder is the founder of all the concerts and shows. It is song and dance synthesis performed on the stage.
Концертов, шоу, где сочетание, значит, синтеза песни и танца, эстрадного жанра. И поэтому я всегда как-то говорю и в шутку, и всерьез, я говорю, Гульдер, это говорю, если в космос в Казахстане у нас, значит, пуповиной Земли является Байконур,
So I always say that if Baikonur is the center of the earth, Gulder is the center of Kazakhstan's pop genre, and I say it seriously. The whole elite of the Kazakh pop art anthology, including Sara Tynyshtygulova, Roza Rymbayeva, Nagima Yeskalieva, Kairat Baybosynov, Kapash Kulisheva, Kalamkar Rahimova, Makpal Junusova, Ayjan Nurmagambetova, Zheny Siskakova, Madina Sadvakasova, and Beybit Korgan were Gulder's members.
Айжан Нурмагамбетова, и ныне плеяда, там, Женя Сискака, Мадина Садвакасова, все, Бейбут, Корган, все звезды нынешние, которые есть, это все, которые вышли из Гульдера.
According to Bakhtiyar, when he was appointed the head of such a famous group, on the one hand he considered it as honor, while on the other hand he was afraid because he understood that being the head of such an ensemble placed great responsibility on him. However, he recalled his mentor Kabidentu Yakaev, who once had invited the young singer to join his group, which was a start in his life. Bakhtiyar recalled his teacher's guidance methods, and after that he understood everything.
Это был великий продюсер по тем временам, у которого можно много учиться, который просто мог находить подход к каждому, знал каждого, исполнителя, артиста балета.
At that time, he was a great producer who could teach you a lot. He knew how to get on the right side of everybody and knew all the singers and ballet dancers. He could be the head of a creative team. It was easier to do it at a plant or building site, while here it was necessary to get on the right side of everybody because every person was a personality. He had a sense of perspective. I'm from Kazakh and I didn't even dream of joining Gulder. However, at that time every artist from regions dreamed of becoming a soloist of Gulder. It was thought that if you became a soloist of Gulder, it would certainly make you a famous person.
Артистом, солистом ансамбля Гульдер. Потому что в то время, если ты уже стал солистом ансамбля Гульдер, это уже где-то 80% ты уже известная личность.
On meeting the new head of Gulder Ensemble, the following question arose. Having worked on the professional stage for 30 years, wasn't it difficult to become the head of a big group? Can he become the second Kabident Muyakaev?
Став профессиональным артистом, я никогда не был только певцом. Сама жизнь нас вот просто не зацикливала на этом, потому что все время надо было быть самому себе.
I became a professional artist, but I'd never been a singer. It just wasn't the name of my life. I had to be a producer all the time. Now it is a science, there are schools, and it is wonderful because it is in demand. At our time we didn't have it. There were no producers. Well, there weren't even sound engineers, soundtrackers and arrangers who could work on your creative process, find a creative image and singer's personality for you. Although there were creative directors in the group, nobody worked with you individually. I had to study all these things on my own over a 30-year period.
Твое лицо, твой почерк, твой характер певческий, да, творческий, вот да, были художественные руководители, профессиональный коллектив, но индивидуально никто никем не занимался. И вот это вот все вот за 30 лет приходилось самому проходить.
Sometimes I analyze it and understand that out of these 30 years, only 13 or 14 years account for pure creative process. The other years were spent on mistakes, rises and falls and realization. So I always say that there are more things I didn't do than the things I did. I could have done more than I did. I clearly understand that I can do it and I'm good at it. So I think it's the reason why I've been the head. For over 8 years, I worked as the head of the culture department and worked in other sub-departments too.
Что это умею, что это у меня получается. Вот, наверное, может быть, поэтому последние лет 8 я руководитель, был начальник управления культуры, работал в других подразделениях. Недавно в ансамбле Гульдер прошел в начале сентября очень грандиозный большой кастинг.
At the beginning of September, a big audition was held. Approximately 60 people participated in it. If I'm not mistaken, there were 58 people. Besides young singers from the whole of Kazakhstan, there were professionals working in philharmonic halls and quite famous performers.
Были профессионалы, которые работают и в филармониях, уже известные исполнители. Люди, которые закончили специальное образование, там, колледжи, академии по вокалу, по эстрадному вокалу, да.
There were people who had a degree in vocals. Now I'm working with them. Half a month ago, we went to Karaganda on a tour. I saw how they were working. After each concert, we had meetings, debriefings and discussions. Although we had a busy schedule, I tried to work with each performer before a concert.
Встречи, заседания, разборы полетов, обсуждения перед концертами. Ну, правда, много было переездов, у нас график был очень сжатый, но я всегда старался, что до концертов с каждым поработать.
Қайғыру жастық шағыңа тәнбе, жалындап жанған кезіңе, жете алмайды сол шаққа ештеңе. Жан дүниемді алдың ау жаулап сен аяп, жарасымды сол мінезіңмен. Нәр алғандаймын мен жаным ау сенің ойыңа.
Гульдер это всегда был коллектив молодых исполнителей. Вот и эти традиции как бы я стараюсь поддерживать, потому что всегда нужно новое поколение взращивать.
Gulder has always been a group of young performers, and I try to maintain this tradition. We always have to bring up young generation in order to avoid failures and interruptions in creative process. This is the reason why we held an audition. There were specialists at the audience because I had my own requirements, so other professionals also should make their contribution and see what I didn't notice. Finally, the audition was over. What requirements did I have? First of all, it was vocal skills, secondly, it was appearance, and the last one was ability to handle a microphone. So the main requirements related to the voice and the sound management. While as for the other things, specialists, people who know what should be done on the stage work in our group. However, there weren't such specialists before. I've realized that nobody worked with performers. As a director, I have a good vocal experience and I studied. In this regard, I'm a happy person because great people were my teachers.
В нашем коллективе работают мастера своего дела, люди, которые знают, что нужно делать на сцене, как работать с исполнителем. Хотя раньше этого не было. Вот с исполнителем я опять-таки прихожу к тому же вопросу, что с исполнителем раньше никто никогда не занимался индивидуально. Я, будучи директором, имея огромный вокальный багаж,
I studied at Gnesin's Russian Academy. My teachers were Yosif Kobzon, Yelena Velikanova, who taught dramatics, Alexander Gradsky and Lev Leshenko. I was taught by these people, which is why I know how to work with performers and what should be done to direct them correctly. Of course, I try to devote some time to this. I give them advice here and on tours. I think that I give them free lessons aimed at development of their skills.
Как с ними работать, как их направлять. Ну, вот, естественно, я стараюсь уделять на это тоже время. Подсказывать ежедневно, и на гастролях, и здесь. И я думаю, здесь они в лице меня бесплатно еще получают уроки азы мастерства.
Жанымды қинамашы, сағындым, сүйіктім сені. Жылама, жыламашы, кетерім менің.
Естественно, вот с новым коллективом, с новым артистом я работаю над репертуаром.
Of course, I work on the repertoire with the new group and new artists. I demand that they should work with composers daily. I help them, send them to composers, go on negotiations. Of course, it costs money. However, sometimes I use my authority and connections for it. I work so that they could have a good repertoire. I want it to be Gulder's repertoire. As I've already said, Gulder remains the very Baikonur, the start, so their repertoire should be at a good level to make it possible for them to start here and become big names.
Поэтому у них должен быть репертуар тоже такой же, на таком уровне, чтобы они отсюда могли стартовать завтра.
Gulder Ensemble doesn't only include young and talented musicians. As soon as Gulder was founded, it became famous in the whole Soviet Union thanks to its dance group and performances. The girls from this ensemble always were trendsetters. Many people imitated the dancers from this ensemble, tried to wear similar clothes and look like they did. Over the whole period of their work, no directors thought of refusing the services of the dance group. Bakhtiyar Taylakbayev is no exception.
Мы сейчас вот готовимся к 45-летию. Да, естественно, хотим сделать и новые постановки, новые танцы. Я, понимаете, я не человек такого плана, что пришел, все разрушил.
We're getting ready for the 45th anniversary. Of course, we're preparing new plans. Nevertheless, I'm not a person who has come and has to destroy and change everything, including the ensemble's face. Although it is easy to destroy, it is difficult to construct. My first degree is in building and I know what construction means. If a person loses their face, it will be very difficult to re-establish it. Am I right? So Gulder shouldn't lose its face because it's a brand. Nevertheless, we should always work on new dances and I'm doing it now.
Но всегда надо делать какие-то новые танцы, да. И вот я сейчас работаю над этим. Ну, я немножко расскажу секрет идеи, потому что Понимаете, за 45 лет, вот, Гульдер.
Well, I'll tell you a little about her secret. Over 45 years, what is Gulder? It's flowers in English and цветы in Russian. This group has never had Gulder dance, which is interesting. I want them to perform a dance which could be used to greet audience, and at the end there will be a bouquet of girls. Flowers give you flowers as a present. It's colorful, and we already have this idea. It will be modern and stylish. We have some other ideas, but I don't want to talk about them yet. It should be a secret, and in this case it will be interesting.
Ну, еще есть танцы, идеи. Тоже не хочу рассказывать, потому что это должно быть секретом. Тогда это будет интересно. Это наша костюмерная, это можно сказать, вся...
This is our wardrobe. I can say that costumes constitute the external paraphernalia of our dances. Nowadays, not only a dance should be shown, but beautiful, unique and original costumes should be demonstrated as well. Creating a dance is closely connected with creating a costume. So I can say that our wardrobe department is the heart of the dance group. Am I right, Marjan? I don't think that I'm mistaken.
Поэтому создание танца – это неотъемлемая часть процесса создания костюмов. Поэтому вот наш этот костюмерный цех, это, я бы сказал, наверное, сердце танцевального коллектива. Да, Маржан? Я не ошибусь. Вот. Маржан – это наш костюмер.
Marjan is our costumer. She graduated from Simbat Fashion Academy. We have plenty of plans. We want to open our sewing workshop. Once Gulder had such a workshop, but the time and opportunities were different at that time. Nevertheless, we don't want to lose the ensemble spirit, its level and everything it had. Moreover, we want the group to complete some level by its 45th anniversary. Our group is proud of the wardrobe department because in Kazakhstan there are very few costumes similar to ours.
Нам бы не хотелось бы, чтобы коллектив он остановился на одном уровне. Костюмерный цех – это наша гордость, гордость нашего коллектива, потому что костюмы, которые в Гульдере, в Казахстане, таких костюмов в танцевальных ансамблях очень-очень мало.
Gulder Ensemble will celebrate its 45th anniversary in 2014. It is an important date, isn't it? As the director of the new group has already said, the whole ensemble prepares to this event every day and every minute. This day confirms that everything will be as perfect as usual.
Я Бога каждое утро просыпаюсь, молю о том, чтобы вот Бог мне помог, поддержал, потому что самый сложный период.
Every morning I wake up and ask God to support me because now I'm undergoing the most difficult period over 45 years. Now I'm working as a manager, economist, financier, artistic director and sound engineer. I can combine these occupations because I'm interested in them and I can do them. The most important fact is that I want everything to turn out brilliant. I know that if a person has a desire and wants something, they will certainly achieve it.
Ну, я знаю, что если у человека есть желание, если человек будет хотеть, обязательно он это добьется.